Welcome everyone. Today we'll have another amazing discovery with a temporary guide of how to get your best stats by using this latest method. If you look behind me, I have written some detailed notes to provide you guys with the best understanding together with the live examples which I'll show you guys right now how to get on multiple tries of the best stats and also FXs you wanted while tempering. So before we do anything, let me demonstrate this particular video, which my friend CB was demonstrating to me. So let me quickly run this through, then we go through the notes. So notice behind me, what he's doing is he's constantly rerolling tempering on a weapon that he doesn't need. We're going to call this the bad weapon. Notice behind me, this was done 3 times. And once this is done, he's going to put a good weapon in and try to roll onto the stat he wanted, which is going to be bash damage. And there we go. He got bash cleave damage plus 120%. Plus 102%, not 120%. So this is a brief summary of exactly how this happens. But to teach you guys exactly how the logic works and how you can do more with this, let's go through the written notes. And then at the end of the second part, I have some gears which I'll show you guys a live demonstration of how to get critical damage and also great stats on tons of weapons using this method. So coming over to my written notes, what you can see is let's understand the logic. Diablo 4 have announced and also talk about there is a hidden system which helps the players to get the tempered FXs they wanted. So if I come over to the blacksmith, yes, I'm leveling a rogue. If you haven't seen the previous videos, rogue can add critical damage on all your gears. And I have just farmed this one and notice I can roll up to 85% critical damage on the gloves. I can roll onto the weapons as well. This is amazing, right? So yes, we're using a rogue here as a demonstration. Rogue can get critical strike damage on all your gears, and then you can go back to your other characters. So make sure you check the previous video, which Chinese players have gotten over 6,000 critical damage using the grandfather and using this method on the barbarians. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to roll onto an FX we wanted, but we're taking advantage of this hidden pity system. What is a pity system? A pity system is when you fail your tempering rerolls and couldn't get the FXs you wanted, the game will boost the rates of the other FXs which you are currently rolling. So for example, if I come over to the game, if I don't get critical strike damage, if I get anything else but critical strike damage, the more times I miss what I wanted, the more likely the next time when I temper on the same category of FX over here with similar type of gears, there is a greater chance of getting what I wanted. Now players are taking this to the next level, and we're calling this one the FODDERing system. So first you start off with a bad useless gear, and then you purposely wait for yourself to miss 2 to 3 times. It's quite important. We're going to talk about the rule of thumb, why you want to miss at least 2 or 3 times. And once you start missing those, the next time you actually put your good weapon in for tempering or rerolling, you are dramatically increase the rate of what you wanted. And during the replay over here, notice my friend actually failed 3 times consecutively on a gear he doesn't want. And then he's going to swap onto the gear he wanted. And this allows him to get bash on the first go, on the second go, using this method very, very effectively. So having this particular method in mind, you can save your rerolls and you can even roll higher stats on your gears, because each time if you roll, you'll be using a FODDERing system which dramatically increases the chance of the gear you wanted. And in case this was a little confusing, let's go through step by step. First, you have 2 or 3 different gears which you have. At least 1 or 2 of those will be the FODDERing material, which is just there to miss. And once you start temporarily rerolling on the same category of gear and also on the same FX, you're looking to miss. You're looking to miss the target. And the rule of thumb is, guys, if the category of the target here has 4 of the FXs and you only want 1 of them, like this one, you want to miss at least 3 times for a really high chance. But if it only has 3 categories of FXs, then you just have to miss twice for a really good booster rate. Now during this time, guys, which I'll show you guys in the video as well, during this time, if you lose count, if you actually get what you wanted on the bad gear, then you have to reset your counter again, and then you wait for 2 to 3 more misses. So what I do is make sure you watch the second part where my friend CB was showing me in the video. He actually hit the right FX onto the bad gear, and then he has to reset the counter to wait for 3 more misses. So I attached that particular demonstration, which he showed me this method. And then what you can do is you can follow the above method for your second targeted FXs for tempering. And this will allow you to have both of your targeted tempering rolls and also avoiding breaking your gear. And this was happening to me. I was breaking a lot of gears because you only have 5 rerolls, right? So use this method every time before you start rerolling or before you even temper your gears. And this will give you tons of saved rerolls, which then you can use to look into improving the higher maximum stats you rolled onto the gears. Now, there is a small risk to this because if you use this method, there's still a risk of you rolling out of the good FXs you wanted. So the final method, I don't recommend doing this for the additional better stat FX rerolls unless you have at least 2 to 3 additional rerolls left. But if you're using this method, you can get some really good FXs. Now for those of you who want to see the written notes, I have screenshot the examples. So we started with a gear which we kind of don't want, and then we're going for the category of bash with weapons. And then we're purposely missing 3 times onto things that is not bash. Then we insert the weapons we wanted, and then we get bash instantly. So let me show you guys live demonstration of this method. So over here, let's start with the example with my rogue character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a fodder weapon in, and this weapon is targeted, so I missed what I wanted. Now do keep in mind guys, even the rule of thumb starts with 2 to 3 misses at least 3 misses for the full FX category, right? Sometimes you'll miss more as well. So keep that in mind. So during this live demonstration, let's see what happens. So I'm trying to hit a miss on this one, so I don't want to get critical strike damage 3 times. And so I didn't get critical strike damage. Let's try again. I want to see no critical strike damage at least 3 times in a row. But even with this can still happen. So here, this weapon missed 3 times, right? So here I have missed 3 times. And here I'm going to go offense again. I'm going to go critical strike damage. And ideally I'm swapping a gear which I wanted. And here we're going to roll, and this has a higher chance of getting critical strike damage. So this time we didn't get it, let's try again. And this time you should get it after multiple tries. There you go. So that is how we do this. But remember guys, here I was not swapping the gears. What you want to do is after 3 to 4 misses, you want to swap the gears. And it's okay if you're missing on the bad gear, but once you have gotten 3 to 4 misses, you want to switch the gears. So just in case you're wondering, hey, how come it's at 3 to 4 misses? Just to make it safer, I think we can change the categories from at least 2 misses to at least 3 misses. And also category at least 3 misses to at least 4 misses. Because notice I missed 4 times, and on the 5th time, I got the critical strike damage FX. But during this time, you do want to switch into the other gears you wanted to use and do this. I don't think I demonstrated this correctly, so I'll provide you guys with this live demonstrating video which my friend taught me, and this was a better demonstration which you want to look over here. And you will follow the same method to do the second FX by getting at least 3 or 4 misses. And during this time, if you get even more misses, it is okay as well, which also increase your chance of getting the target hit as you go for those. Now, before we jump over to the replay demonstration from my friend, I just want to give you guys a disclosure and also a reminder. Even if you try this method, guys, there is a chance for you to miss if multiple times, over 4 or 5 times. And once you started at least 4 misses, you go onto the good gear, you could still miss at least 2, 3 more times. So that could still happen. One of my friends was testing the method. He told me he missed 7 times. So there is a chance to miss multiple times, and this is because you're rolling on 4 FX6 and you only want the one you wanted. It is much more rare. So keep in mind guys, even using this better logic and also method with pity, you can still get super unlucky. I have had a friend try this one. He said he succeeded with 3 weapons, and then one of his glove pieces failed because even with this method it still failed. So this is the disclosure. It is a much better chance, but there is a chance to fail after even this method. And also about the method of using this to roll onto a greater stat. I don't recommend risking this unless you guys feeling extremely lucky, because I have seen extremely unlucky cases that you just break the weapon, right? So be careful. If you have already got the 2 FX you wanted and you still want to get high FX, it's a little greedy, I would say. That even though I have written down the method, just be a little careful. You can destroy the weapon. So be a little careful on this.
This one is actually like this is one that the Chinese community found.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, this is actually a way to increase your odds of getting the temper that you want. Like you know
Oh,
how sometimes you brick item because you fail the temper.
yep, yep.
There's actually a way to improve the odds.
Okay.
So basically, what the Chinese community found is like if you like from Genshin Impact, there's like a pity system,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, in this game, there's also a pity system too.
Yep, yep.
So basically, if you go to temper, I need to find two items that are the
Oh, you
same
get it to
type.
fail first, and then you use the next one.
Yeah. So basically,
That's
on a different one,
insane.
you want to not hit your temper that you want 5 times in a row,
Okay.
and then when you go to temper the item you really want,
Uh-huh.
you have a much higher chance of hitting what you want. So for example, let's go start with this.
Mm-hmm.
This is temper reroll limit.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's like a really good
Yeah.
pity system. Oh man, I love doing that in like gacha games and like upgrade games. I was like, make sure I fail, then do the good weapon. That's actually really
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. Here we go. So if you let's say you're trying to go
Like a
for
hard one. Let's go for a hard one. Like a
trying
five.
to go for
Four.
a bash
Yep, yep,
cleave, right? This is like 1 out of 4, and all three of these are failures if you hit it,
yep,
right?
yep.
So let's see if we can not hit bash 5 times in a row,
Mm-hmm.
and then increase our odds.
Yep.
Like this is it's not guaranteed, right? But it increases your odds quite a
Oh
lot.
yeah, for sure. It's hard to fail 4 times. Oh, there you got it. So you lose the
Yeah.
pity, right?
Yeah, you kind of want to purposely fail. So if you hit it, you need to restart your counter
Yep.
again. So
So
that's
that's
two,
two, three.
three. I think that's good enough. I think this should be enough to hit bash now.
Let's see. Let's see.
So that's 3.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. This is 4.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, 4. Yeah,
Oh,
got the
perfect.
bash
Wow, top roll
and
too.
almost max roll too. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, this is
So
actually
it's
really cool.
yeah. Yeah, so there's actually two things the Chinese community told us about. They told us about this fucking rogue glitch, and then they also told us about this bash cleaves
That
glitch
is
as well. Or
crazy.
not bash cleaves, this pity. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so those are like two like groundbreaking discoveries that just came out today.
Thank you so much for sharing again.